Hey, what is up, everybody? I am live. I'm so excited to be with you tonight. I'm trying to get back in the swing of this live streaming thing. I have a couple things I want to talk about, just kind of share some stuff that's going on in my life right now, some things that are happening in the world of magic. And of course, I want to hear what you guys have to talk about this week. Want to see what you've been up to. If you've been following any of the new releases from Penguin or Theory 11, Illusionist, any of the new stuff that's been coming out. Curious to see. I also think I might show you guys. I was going to make this a separate video, and I might still kind of clip it. And I think they call it YouTube Remix now, where you can take some of your clips from other things and make short content, and maybe make a short on a matchstick trick I want to show you guys. So excited about that. I'm also using something new tonight, which is a poll, which I'm taking in the chat, and I don't know if it works or not. It's not showing up on my iPad, but I don't know if you can see the poll. I would like to see that working or not. So I don't know if I can see the. Doesn't show me any results from it on this, so I don't know if you guys can even see it. So cool. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with what's been going on in the world of me. Some cool stuff. Very busy May coming up. I got a lot of gigs, basically every weekend, and then some during the week. So pretty busy there, which is awesome. So the dry spell, I think, is over, or at least for May. I don't know about the rest of the months leading up to the last quarter of the year, which is always gangbusters. But trying to keep busy. It's been really, I don't want to say slow, but it's certainly not where it was, the last quarter of last year, which was just, crazy. Could not keep up. Had, it was triple booked every day of the week or every day. Yeah. So it was crazy. Of course, that slows down after January and kind of gets back to a regular steady pace, which has been. But May's cooking, man. There's so much going on in May and June. I don't know what to. I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm excited about it, but I'm also feeling a little bit overwhelmed to just suddenly be handed that much work. So good problem to have. Good problem to have. Josh says he can see the uh, query, so that's cool. I'm glad you can see that. I can't see it. It might be because I'm watching it in the YouTube app. I'm not sure. Maybe the YouTube app doesn't do it. Josh, what are you watching this on? Maybe that'll help me figure out how to see that. Um, yeah, so that's been cool. I also work with a large magazine here in town called D Magazine. It is the largest local publication in Dallas. We have other ones like Dallas Observer and others, but D Magazine is pretty big. It's carried on all the store shelves here. A lot of people read it. It's a big deal. Well, I've got a nice working relationship with D Magazine. I know a lot of the wonderful event personnel, marketing personnel, editor in chief, assistant editor. I know all of those people up there from doing events with them. They hold various events throughout the year, where they give recognition to, for instance, the 100 best dentists in Dallas, or the top 500 CEOs in Dallas, and those kinds of things. So they have these kind of big events, and recognizing these exemplary individuals inside of Dallas, which is the ninth largest city in the United States. And I work a lot of those events with them. And in that, I also have an arrangement where I can get ad space. So on their website, on social media posts, and that kind of stuff. So I get to um, show up in those areas, and that's really wonderful. I've been in their magazine quite a few times when covering these events or doing these events, photographs and little blurbs about me and that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty cool and pretty wonderful. Not to mention they're all just really cool people, and I like hanging out with them. You know, so I just had a Facebook post go live talking about from D Magazine, talking about me and kind of advertising what I do. So that was really awesome. It's got a lot of heat right now, so I'm hoping that continues and hope that leads to some work, which would be nice. So that's a big deal for me to get that kind of coverage. I've got a conference that I'm doing in June where I'm going to be talking to event professionals and that kind of stuff. It's an event planner magazine that I'm working with. Um, I go out and I do their event, and then I get again ads in their event planner magazine and the coverage there. So that's really, really helpful. It's led to a lot of really good work in recent years. So I'm not mad about that. Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on. Very hopeful for the next couple months coming up. So I think we should probably talk. So you can see it on your phone, Josh. Okay. Well, then there's no reason I shouldn't be able to see it on my. Maybe are you on an Android or an iPhone? I'm wondering if that's the big difference there. And I got 2 votes, but I can't see the results of the votes, so I don't know how that's supposed to be helpful to me. But in a web browser. Okay, now I can see it. Okay, so we got new releases and Magic Doctor are what we got. What we're working with. Hey Don, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here. Cool, cool. On an iPhone. Okay, yeah, it's working now. So okay, got it. Good. Magic Doctor. Okay. Well, let's play Magic Doctor. You guys want to see Magic Doctor stuff? Let's talk about it. What are y'all working on, and what do you need help with? What are some things that you want to see me talk about magic wise? See if I can give you some advice. Eventually, I'm on my new computer now, so I don't have all of the streaming setup that I had on the other one. I haven't set everything up to work that way yet, so I haven't been able to bring people in to the stream. But that's something I'd like to go back to doing if you guys are interested. You know, pulling Discord video or whatever into the stream, and then being able to, or Zoom, and be able to talk about, just show me visually what you're working on and actually bring you into the stream. I thought that was really cool. I really like that. Robert Ball is here. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Good evening. Double smiley face, not just one smiley face, 2 smiley faces. I'll take it. Something else I have set up that's a little bit different today is I have my overhead camera, because I want to show you guys a matchstick trick. That's something that it's something that you guys, maybe some of y'all have seen, maybe you haven't. Matchsticks aren't super common anymore. I know that whenever I did the poll a couple of weeks ago about what you guys want to see on the channel, you want to see more tutorials and specifically impromptu tutorials. So this certainly fits that category. This is an impromptu effect that you can do anytime. It's really cool, reminiscent of the Crazy Man's handcuffs. You may have seen it, you may not have. You may have seen it and not know how it worked. But I really would like to show you guys, and I think I might either, if I can teach it quickly enough, I might turn it into a clip for short. I just posted a TNR video where I taught 3 videos in one video, or taught 3 in one video. I saw that. I watched it. I liked it too. You cut your hair, I noticed. So it's looking good. Looking good. Give it another 20 years and you'll start doing this kind of thing. Going rock climbing in Mineral Wells tomorrow, so I only got like 20 minutes before I got to go. Oh man, well that's awesome. That's rock climbing is fun. I went rock climbing. Well, rock climbing. I went. There's a place called. God, what is it called? Oh man, it's in Allen, Texas. It's some kind of like arcade slash bowling alley slash freaking pool hall, movie theater. It's got everything inside of it. It's just one big place. Giant fun event venue. And I went there for my father's birthday. Yeah, it was for my father's birthday back in January, and they had a big rock climbing wall, the various levels of difficulty, and so I got to do that. And man, I can shoot up the wall pretty fast, but then I feel it. I feel it the next couple of days. My forearms were killing me. Um, but yeah, that's some fun stuff. It's some fun stuff, and I can't think of a better workout. My lord, I need to get more limber. That's one thing that I noticed is like I pulled a muscle in my leg the other day, not doing anything very strenuous, and I was like, man, old age sucks. But it doesn't have to suck. I just am too sedentary for my own good, so I need to do something about that. I just need to do some stretches and do some workouts. Let me switch over to the overhead camera here, and can show you what I got going on. Forgive my desk; it's a little dusty. It probably looks like garbage on camera. It doesn't look that bad in real life, but let's pop on over to the other camera. Nope, that's not the one. Is it this one? Yeah, that's what we want. Hello. Hello. Could probably I don't know, zoom that a little bit. You see the legs there. Cool. All right, cool. So a matchstick trick. A matchstick trick. Can I get this a little tighter? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Okay. Cool. Can everybody see that okay? Is that working? Hope it is. All right. I drilled a hole in my desk to fit the the cable through. And I went to a wireless mouse. I'm probably eventually going to go to a wireless keyboard as well, but I can't justify buying a wireless keyboard at the moment. Okay. Um, cool. Also, should probably mention I stream video game content too. I've got a PlayStation 5 and I've got a 2 PC setup now, so I can stream at basically any PC video game in existence. So I do that over on my Twitch channel. That's kind of random whenever I do it because it's whenever I've got quiet time and I'm not doing a Magic live stream. But please go check me out on there. If you're not joined on the Discord, I announce whenever I'm doing either a Twitch stream or a Magic live stream. YouTube is not so great about putting out notifications, so especially going live notifications. So if you really want to check me out, you want to catch it, you want to make sure you're there, come hang out with me, then it's a good idea to join the Discord because I will always just add ping. No, don't go to wireless keyboards. They suck. You know what? You say that. You say that, but here's the thing is that I have this wireless mouse and it's awesome. It's not I mean, there's Bluetooth built in, but there's also a 2.4 gigahertz. Let's show you. This is a Razer Basilisk HyperX Hyperspeed Basilisk X Hyperspeed rather. And it's got a 2.4 and a Bluetooth, and the 2.4 gigahertz is awesome. Bluetooth keyboards suck, but 2.4 gigahertz, I mean, it acts just like a wireless mouse. I can play, gosh, anything. I can play, your Warzone or anything, any competitive online game, and I don't feel like I'm at any disadvantage with this. And I know that that's going to be true for the keyboard too if I get one that has based on the same technology. Okay, it's here. What's going on, Ed? Hey, right on. So nice to see you. Look at this. We got the team is back. Look at this. All right, so I'm going to show you this matchstick trick tutorial. These are just regular old on-box strike matchsticks from I got these from the dollar store. I got like a pack of like 30 of them or something like that for $1. I'm sorry, $1.25 because the dollar store isn't the dollar store anymore. But Diamond Strike on Box matches. These are super common. Diamond is like the uh like who makes everything now. Makes like all the household stuff. But anyway, cool. Diamond Matchsticks. Strike on Box. I don't think it has to be Strike on Box. But it's gonna be uh just your regular matchsticks. Not burnt either. You don't want them burnt. If they're burnt, I don't think this works very well. But here's the idea. Let's see if I can get in here on the camera. See if I can kind of setting it up is the most awkward thing. So there they are, ungimmicked, right? There's nothing weird about them. They're just matches. You could do this with anybody's matches, but they're linked together. You can't separate your hands unless you do this, and then you can. And maybe you want to put them back together. You can do that too. And that is the kind of like the Crazy Man's handcuffs, but for matchsticks, and it's really, really not hard to do. It's really you practice it maybe 5 minutes and you'll have it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. If you haven't seen it before, great. If you have seen it before, well, there's other people who watch us that probably haven't seen it, and so I got to do it for the benefit of everybody. And I've never done anything with matches. Now, guess, of course, disclaimer here: if you are under the age of 18, you should get a parent's permission before doing anything with matches. Matches are dangerous. A single match can burn down an entire forest, so they're not toys. You must be careful and responsible with them. And if you're under 18, get an adult. Okay. All right. Adult supervision, always a good thing. I think I could use some of that myself sometimes. Okay. So here it is. I'm trying to frame it. It's weird. Okay. So here is the secret. Now you can do this one of two ways. You saw me do it the first time where you could turn your hand palms up and palm down to rotate. I do that because it gives me an extra second to be a little bit more deceptive. I think it's kind of the old large action covers a small divergent idea, but you're trying to do that. You might be catching that in the frame. I'm not doing it very quickly. But what the secret here is that you're getting the match head to stick into your finger. I suppose you could use this with any finger. You could probably do it with your index fingers, but for me, it just feels more natural and comfortable to hold it this way than it does this way. But it doesn't really matter. What you're doing is you're pressing that match with your thumb into the pad of your index finger, and then what happens is it wants to stick ever so slightly. It helps if your hands are not super dry. If you got a little bit of natural moisture and oil, it helps a lot to get it to stick. But you only need it to stick for really just the smallest amount of time, because what you're going to do is as you link them, or you're trying to unlink them, you just open up. I'm going to use my right hand for this, which is going to be on your left, the left side of the screen. But your fingers just open just ever so slightly to allow them to pass through one another. And I'll see if I can do this in kind of slow motion. Again, this is kind of the kind of trick you have to do at speed. But here it is. Okay. Watch the left side of the screen. Watch my thumb. There's going to be a gap that opens between it and the matchstick. Right? Like that. And so that's all you need is just a fraction of an inch, really, to get them to pull apart. And then just close your thumb back up on top of it, and it's like it never happened. That's what it looks like. Now, again, you can see kind of like, even though I'm doing it very quickly, you can kind of see like a little bit of a flutter or something. You might see the gap, which is why I like to give it the old twist, the old palm up and palm down twist, because I think it's just as deceptive, but covers the action, the small action, a lot better. The palm down thing. I think that really much, or I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. I think it really covers the action of what's happening, and they just look like they're passing through one another. I think that looks a way better. I don't know. It's I'd like to hear your opinion, but in my case, I think that looks a lot better. So that's an impromptu effect that you can do with just a couple of matchsticks. Pretty awesome. pretty awesome. If you guys like this kind of stuff and you want to see more impromptu stuff with random objects you can find around the house, please leave me a comment and like the video. That way I know and I can continue to make more content like that. I've been doing a lot of card tutorials and well, cards are great. I get burnt out on card stuff all the time. There is a lot more to Magic than just cards. Cards are great. I make a living with cards. Cards have taken me around the country, performing in some of the most amazing venues for some of the most amazing people, and keeps my lights on. Paid for all of this, you know. Um, so I'm not knocking cards, but it does feel good to expand out a little bit. And impromptu stuff is great because impromptu you can do it. You, that's the thing I like about impromptu. And there's two different types of impromptu, right? Like there's the impromptu where you have to like you can do it anytime, but you have to prep it. Like something like I won't go. I won't. I'm not going to reveal it, but I'll say something like loops. If you're familiar with loops, like Yigel Masika's loops, they're technically impromptu because you can whip that out at any time you want to. But there is the prep work ahead of time, right? There you do have to do some stuff and then like carry it around with you. But there's that, and then there's like what I call like impromptu, which is stuff that you don't need to prep for. You just have to have the knowledge of how to do it, and then you can perform it with nothing, with no preparation, no anything. And I think that's where I like to live when I can. If I go, ah, geez, it'd be really cool, but I forgot to bring that with me, then it's not impromptu, right? In my opinion, if you have to carry something with you, it's not impromptu, unless it's something, and it's tough to say because there are some things that are like I carry with me, like on my car keys, right? So I always take my car keys with me, so it's already on me. So that kind of blurs the line there. But if it's something extra that you have to do, then it's not super great. Don's asking, would you rather do close up or stage/parlor magic? Uh, it depends. That's hard to say. I enjoy both. I enjoy both. It's tough to say. Um, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask this so I can. For my own, would I rather do close up or stage magic for my own personal satisfaction, for what I think is more impactful on an audience, for for what you can do as far as fees, like what you can charge for different types of shows? Which experience of the actual work part do I like better? I don't know. It's hard to answer. There are a lot of facets and a lot of avenues my mind go down, and I like and dislike both for different reasons. So it's hard to say with a clear answer. I mean, they both have their place, and they're both um, required. So and I do both. Um, but hard to say. Hard to say. Um, Josh, I'm expanding, getting into coin magic, ring magic, and money magic. Right on. That's great. I love to see that. That's what's cool about that, and this is true of life too, is that uh, you're going to learn that things in life will help you in other places, completely unrelated things. You'll have an experience or you'll learn a skill in one area of your life, and you'll think it's only applicable to that area of your life, and then you'll find out later, could be 10, 15, 20 years later, you'll be in a situation where exactly that skill that you developed that seemed like a very niche thing is the perfect skill for some other completely unrelated task that you're working on. And the same is true with magic. The more disciplines you can learn within magic, the more well-rounded of a performer you're going to be, and the more opportunities you're going to provide yourself, and the more effective you can be, and the more creative. The more tools you have in your toolbox, the more you can do, right? So I think it's great to learn as much about every form of magic as possible, even I mean, don't look over rope and silk magic either. Like, learn some stuff there, you know. And if you don't want to do it with ropes, you can look at, you know, gosh, HDMI cables or a pair of headphones, or, you know, the great thing is that there are so many things in our world that are basically the same shape, right? Bottle caps and coins, poker chips, they're all discs, right? You know, so you don't Oreo cookies. So you can stick with, you know, you can take what you learn with that and you can run with an entirely different prop, but work the same way. Don, which one do I like better with audience reaction? If I just absolutely freaking clinch it and I'm feeling it and the audience is feeling it and we're doing a great job. Um, you know, standing ovations, a room full of people on their feet clapping for what they just saw. There is, which I don't get them every time. I work very hard to try to elicit that response in people, that they are just so excited and so overwhelmed and and enjoy the program so much that they can't help but do that. Um, but it's, for me, it's not every show, right? So, but that is an overwhelming feeling, and it never gets old. So that's I really like that. I really like being able to do that because it means that I can see visually the effect that it's had on everybody at the same time. So if we're going purely off of audience reaction, whenever I can clinch it, stage show. Um, it also means it's harder for them to like run away, which sometimes happens. You know, it's kind of this thing. I don't know if it started with the TV magic shows or whatever, where it kind of normalized people getting excited and running away from the magician in excitement or fear or whatever. But I don't actually like that reaction in people. It makes me feel like I've somehow done harm to them, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather they be overjoyed and you know, want to give me a high five or a handshake or a hug or something. Not that though. So yeah. Oh, getting old, getting old. Um. So yeah, I want to know. You guys wanted to talk about what was it, Trick Doctor or Magic Doctor? So if you want to do that, I would love to hear what you guys want to talk about. What stuff are you working on? I know that there was somebody the other day who had messaged me about scalloped cards, which I thought was interesting, like short scalloped cards for um, card work, and I thought that was really interesting. And I thought he was maybe talking about belly strippers or end strippers, which are a certain gimmick of a deck that you can do that behaves in a way that allows you to strip cards out while shuffling, and you can take out cards that you want to use. A prepared deck with an end stripper is incredible. I have never been able to get it to work reliably. I could show you guys how to make one, and you can mess around with it. But it is that kind of thing where it's just, I think it was published in one of the Inner Secrets books from Di Vernon, where he just basically sent it with a letter and, hey, good night, man. Good to see you. Have fun tomorrow. And thanks for coming to the stream. Appreciate you. But it was like it was a letter between two magicians or Di Vernon and some card cheat or something. But it was a letter, and then there were some cards in there, a deck of cards in there. And he said, "See if you can figure out what's wrong with them." And it took Di Vernon forever to be able to find. And this is my recollection. I may be quoting this entirely wrong, but um, there was a cool preparation to the playing cards that made them deceptive to a card cheat and allowed you to strip out cards. Like, so if you prepared the deck in a certain way at any time during a shuffle, you could pull out the four aces and control them while everything's face down and being shuffled. It's really cool. It's very high level stuff and far more than you would ever really need to do in a performance situation, because most people aren't really looking that hard unless you're performing for a room full of magicians or trying to cheat at a casino, which I do not condone or recommend. But I don't know why you would have to have that tight of a gimmick, or put that time in for that skill, because even after you make the gimmick, you have to practice the skill, which is crazy. You would think, okay, well, I've got the gimmick. The gimmick's going to do most of the work. No, no, the gimmick just allows you to be able to practice the work that you need to put in. But they're cool, and they're not hard to make. You can make them at home in a few minutes. Um, so if you guys want to see a video on that, I'll be happy to make one. I won't be able to do it tonight, but it's something I'll kind of touch on in a future video. Have you guys seen all these new releases that are coming out from Theory 11 and Illusionist and Penguin Magic and all that? I saw this one the other day, was it was on Penguin. Let's see if I can pull it up. See if I can't even remember what it's called. Penguinmagic.com. This place has all my money. It's trending right now. Oh, it was the one with the cards. It was put out. It felt like very much a Kyle put out a new release. Kyle Purnell put out a new release, and I didn't even know about it. Oh man, I gotta call Kyle. Kyle Purnell. Kyle Purnell. Fan favorite, or at least for me, I'm a favorite of his, and I've done a lot, or I'm a favorite of his. He is a favorite of mine. I've had him on the channel a couple of times. He's been gracious enough to do giveaways of his effects that he's published, and allow me to review a lot of his effects. Cool dude, like him a lot. He's super funny. He's a giant loser. That's only funny if you know him or watch one of the streams in the past. I'm not being mean to him. He just put out something called Rainbow Road. I'm gonna have to get in touch with him, see if he'll let me review that. That sounds awesome. Was it TNT? Oh god, I can't even remember what it was now. I got an email from Penguin a couple of weeks ago where they were, do their thing where, I don't know if you were on the mailing list or not, but they send you emails whenever they come out with something new or something, so you can come check it out. And I saw one the other day that I just thought was killer, and it felt very Kyle Purnell-y, but it wasn't by Kyle. So, but it had that kind of very creative, outside of the box type of thinking, and I was like, that feels like a Kyle Purnell thing. And then I saw like he was quoted in the in the comments or whatever, saying that he really liked it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, there you go. Of course. It's like, that's like the Black Keys and the White Stripes, right? You get sound very similar, and then you find out that like they played together. They did like a album together or something. So it's like, yeah. Josh tried riffle stacking. It's hard. Yes, it is, and so unnecessary. It's like, that's the thing, is like I'm not on a high horse or anything, but I remember telling Justin. Justin is a longtime viewer of the channel. He's in college now, so he hasn't had the time to pop on the stream in a while. But Justin was working so hard on that that Chris Ramsey move, the color change. I don't even remember what it's called right now, but he was working so hard on it, and I was like, yeah, but you could accomplish the same thing with this, and I was able to do it, and without as much effort. And the thing is it's the audience doesn't care. Your audience, if you're performing for the public, they don't care how hard or easy it is to perform. They care about what they're seeing and what they're experiencing. And if you can make that fun and entertaining, that's all they really care about. They don't care about if you can bust your knuckles and do this super hard, card trick or something. Like, they don't really care, right? So, have as much skill as you need to support the entertainment, but you don't have to go so hard, unless that's what you get joy from. And then if that's it, great. But if it's because you're thinking that professional magicians are the only people who learn all these hard things, and once you learn all these hard things, you can go and perform for people, or you'll be worthy of performing for people, or be worthy of starting a magic career, it's not true. You don't have to do that. So I know people have made careers on self-working tricks, so you don't need You don't need to learn all the hard stuff to do that. So, but if you enjoy it, great. Go do it, right? Cardists are awesome. I love watching cardistry. I don't know how to do half this stuff. I got a couple things that look neat to my audience, and I just do those things. So riffle stacking is hardcore, and I don't know why you would need to do it. Um, I was learning riffle stacking back when I was wanting to cheat at a casino. Well, see, and don't cheat at a casino. Freedom is nice. Being out and breathing the fresh air and being on the other side of bars, a good thing. Don't do it. um, Don says it seems to me that patter is just as hard as rehearsing magic. Scripting patter, yes, yeah. It is very tough because you have to. The thing is that you can. I mean, you can make your patter about whatever you want, but if you're trying to say something, that's totally different, right? Like that's like you go watch something like Derek Delgadio's In and of Itself, and you're doing like a one man show. It's not just a magic show; it's like a one man show. There's a lot of magic in it, but he's trying to say something deeper. He has a deeper thought or feeling he's trying to express through these performances, and they're all threaded together, and to create a certain feeling or a certain mood or whatever. It's poetry, right? And so to do that can be very difficult. Um, but once you understand what you want to say, you can choose material that helps you say it. It'll be easier because you'll be like, okay, well, you can write down a list of the effects that you know and that you can do well, and then you go, okay, well, what's my theme? What am I trying to say? And then once you have that, you can look at your effects, and then there is this creative process where you can start to try to feel out what how something might work. Something that might help you, Don, too, in that arena, just writing script, is uh there are books on script writing which are awesome. But something you might want to look at, which you may not be thinking about, is at least for a quick, concise, quick, punchy way to do it, is look at how trade show magicians script their effects. Because what they want to do is they look at certain effects that work well for customizing with your own patter, and then they have ways to, things that they're going to want to say, like, oh, when you think of quality, think of X, right? Or you've tried the rest, now try the best, right? But you can think of effects that might work with those kind of taglines that you can say in there and that kind of stuff. So trade show magicians, they have to work really quickly, and they have to create these custom presentations or patterns for different clients constantly. Being able to have a key or um, a crib sheet, if you will, for being able to put together compelling and interesting patter that works along with their theme in that case, which is representing the company that they're working for or whatever at this trade show. But you might want to look at that. That might give you a little bit, or just, I mean, pick up a book on script writing. You can do that too. You can. We have half price books here in Texas. I don't know if they have them out where you're at, um, but there are whole books on script writing. Something else, take an acting class, right? Go to the Y, take an acting class. It's I I think required for just for every magician. I think every magician. If you're saying I have magic powers, well, what does it look like to have magic powers? What would a person who has magic powers, how would they behave, right? Who's your character? Who are you trying to have your audience believe that you are? And what would that person's reaction to things be, right? The things that they were doing. Would they be real cool, calm, and collected, like, yep, I did that? Or would they be, can't, like, they couldn't hardly believe that it happened too, right? So they're like there with the audience going, I can't believe that worked, or I can't believe that happened. What? But knowing who your characters and who you're trying to portray to your audience will help you a lot with your script because you know what mindset you need to have and be coming from to script your pattern. But they all go together. So acting classes are super helpful for that too because you can help find your character and understand how to convey certain feelings and emotions through gestures and facial and inflection in your voice even. So Josh says he did a lot of theater growing up, and that definitely helped my performance. So did I. So did I. I was in a lot of plays, musicals, and dramas, and all kinds of stuff. So I think it does help. Um, One of the magicians who I look up to the most out of my peer group is a magician named Trig Watson. And Trig Watson, I'm lucky enough to call a friend. He is formerly a Dallasite who now lives in L.A. and has he's worked. In fact, he's shown up on this channel. There's an interview with him a while back that I did. You should probably go look it up. The Trig Watson interview. It's awesome. You learn a lot from him. And I learn a lot from him. But I mean, he's done everything from being a creative consultant on Magic for Humans, the Justin Willman show on Netflix, to I mean, he's been on television a bunch of times. He's taken me with him on those things, so I've been able to get screen credit for being on magic shows, riding it on his coattails in some instances, which has been really great and nice, and a wonderful creative experience. But he's somebody I look up to a lot, and he is serious about acting and the script writing process and refining. He's hired a director to um, help him work on his show, and I mean he is hardcore and awesome, and I look up to him so much, so much. There's an effect, or I'm sorry, there's an effect. There's a book called I think it's called Maximum Impact, and that's something that, and don't quote me on that. I think that's what it's called, but I think it's Ken Weber, Maximum Impact, or Maximum Effect. But it's a whole book on that, on creating magic that way. Some other books that are really great is look up Daryl Fitzke. Daryl Fitzke wrote 3 books about magicians, about magic, performing magic, and they're excellent. I own Showmanship for Magicians by Daryl Fitzke. It's awesome. There's also The Trick Brain, which is a great one, and then there's another one which I can't remember the name of. But yes, look it up and get it. There's actually Amazon, if you have a Kindle, or if you read your devices on a tablet or read on your tablet or on your iPad or something like that, you can it's Maximum Impact. Okay, great. Thank you, Josh. But Daryl Fitzke has an excellent series of books too, and you can get them in PDF version or Kindle format. You can go on Amazon right now, download it, put it on your Kindle, and read it right now. And they're great. Everybody needs to read them. Yes, I was actually lucky enough to find them at my local, again, half price books. I go there a lot, and I couldn't believe it when I saw Daryl Fitzke. It looks like Daniel, but it's with an R. Just so you know, Daryl Fitzke, and definitely read those. Those will help you a lot. Um, well, gents, we are getting towards the end of the stream. I think I've got to get going. I have some house guests that my wife has been entertaining, but I need to get back to that, I think. But thank you all very much for tuning into the stream. I hope I've helped. I just got Showmanship for Magicians. You're going to love it. Don, I don't know if you just bought it just now. Did you buy it like just this second? Or did you get it and then I'm just mentioning it? I'm curious. But yeah, it's excellent. I have a hardcover copy of it. I love it. It's wonderful. Read it, absorb it, put it into practice. It'll help you a lot. More people need to read it. All right. I do need to get going though, so Thank you all very much. Leave comments, suggestions, whatever. Like, hit me up on Discord. You know, I'm still there. I know it's kind of like a ghost town, but I'm still there. So hit me up there. Chat with me. If you guys want to see, you want to make sure you're coming to the live streams for Magic, or you want to see me stream on Twitch, either way or neither way, join me. Join the Discord. It's where you can communicate directly with me. I'm pretty fast to get back in touch with people. If you have ideas or questions or thoughts or things that you're looking at, or you have a question, you're like, who would know about this? I might know about it, and if I don't, I probably know someone who does know about it, or I know where to get the answer. Hit me up. That was the point of the Discord. It's for helping the community at large. So check me out. All right. I look forward to our next meeting, guys. You have a wonderful night. I will see y'all super soon. Don, enjoy Showmanship for Magicians. It's awesome. You're gonna have a lot.